high above the peaceful community of Okanagan Falls, there's a war on. Man against invasive aliens, and the battle line has been drawn right at the roadside of Highway 97. These soldiers are patrolling the homeland, guarding precious soil against the enemy, and the enemy has been spotted.
Long spine sandbur, ready to cast its seeds, as you can see there.
In one small stretch of highway, the boys have pulled up a whole sackful of puncture vine, another all too common invader. But the newest threat is this guy. Note its profile, tall and skinny like a skeleton, as its name suggests. This is rush skeleton weed, relatively new on the scene and growing in infamy, soon to become public enemy number one. Leading the Special Task Force of Weed Warriors is Lisa Scott, a biologist with the Okanagan and Similkameen Invasive Species Society, or OASIS for short.
So we've got some rush skeleton weed right here. Unfortunately, it has started to go to seed, so we will be pulling it out, digging it out, bagging it.
Digging up the plant doesn't always get rid of it. Breaking up the soil may also break off roots, allowing the plant to continue its invasion.
Yeah, we deal with a lot of invasive plants, but this year we've found a new invader, rush skeleton weed. It's the first time we've ever found it in the Okanagan-Similkameen region. It really was just a matter of time before it came here, and unfortunately this was the year. Weeds do not respect jurisdictional boundaries or property boundaries, so they're spread in many ways, whether it be seeds from different weeds that attach to our clothing or our pets, or in the case of a species like rush skeleton weed, the seeds are quite small, they'll blow in the wind. If they get into soil, they can easily get picked up in tire tread and carried that way.
The weed warriors caution us not to be fooled by a pretty face, seemingly innocent plants lurking by the roadside, knapweed, thistle, or toadflax, environmental nasties that the Okanagan and Similkameen Invasive Species Society once driven to extinction in our area.
Skeleton weed, it is very branch-like and mainly stems, but it has these very tiny leaves, very small yellow flowers, and when it's growing next to tall grass, it really does get lost in the grass. Very difficult, very challenging to identify, especially along a major highway where we're not typically looking for a species like that. It's so important that everybody becomes aware of rush skeleton weed and our other top priority species so that we have a lot more eyes out there on the lookout for our target invasive species, our priority invaders, and reporting them in and doing your own action on your property to rid your property of invasive plants.
The weed warriors plan a regular patrol of the area for years to come. Be informed and join the fight. In Okanagan Falls, this is Wayne McDougall for Shaw.